Hello everyone, welcome to this course module in Boogie Woogie Advanced, and guess what? You're going to compose your own Boogie Woogie today that you're going to work on through an extended period of time to, at the end, have a Boogie Woogie piece that you can truly call your own. And you're also going to learn improvisation. You're going to learn to put everything you've learned in context like never before. So the whole system and structure, you're going to put into practice to apply onto the things that you've learned. And today we're going to start a challenge that I need you to participate in. And if you're a great student, you're going to really rock this challenge out, because once you go through this challenge, trust me, then you're gonna have a solid boogie woogie that you can play whenever you want to. Like when you find a public piano, you're gonna have this boogie that we're creating today. You're gonna have it rehearsed, so you have it practiced, and it's your own. And you can title it like, for example, I would title it Jonah's Boogie, right? So if you're a student, whatever your name is, you can title it that boogie, okay? And I'm gonna teach you all that, just how we're gonna compose a boogie woogie, which is the first step to improvisation, guys, right? So we start with this, and we're basically going to build your boogie woogie with all of the things that you've learned. We're gonna build it. So the challenge is, every single day, I want you to create 4 bars of your own little boogie woogie. And then you're going to write down the bars that you've created. I'm gonna demonstrate this as well, so that you can then, at the end of the challenge, practice your boogie that you've created, and then you have your boogie woogie piece, okay? So how do we go about this? Well, let me introduce you again to the block system. I'm not going to cover it in detail because I have a cheat sheet below this lesson, a PDF file. So look at that file as well, maybe while the lesson is running and before or after, to understand it more. So what do we do doing this challenge? If you're participating in this 4 bars a day challenge, well, we're creating 4 bars every single day, or every practice session if you don't practice daily, using the riffs that you have learned so far. We're using this with my block improvisation system, right? This is my system I teach beginners, and I've actually made it free for you to grab a cheat sheet that explains this system in detail, because in this video we're going to use it. So it's essential that if you want to participate in this challenge and really just practice your improvisation and composition, you grab this cheat sheet below. There's a link in the description where you can just get to this website here. You can put in your email, and I have an automation set up that is going to be sent to you automatically, and then you're going to have that forever, and you can really grow with it and implement it in this video, and also, of course, outside of this video, and just learn a lot about what is Boogie Woogie improvisation, because there's a very simple system for it that I've developed, that I teach beginner students, that you can then replicate and work with. All right, so definitely grab that right now before you continue, so you're going to have a more fun and efficient time with this challenge, and good luck. Okay, so if you're at your piano right now, we're going to build the first 4 bars, or let's go for the first 12 bars in this video together. Okay, and then from then on, it's your challenge to do this every single practice session. So the first block that we can use here should be an intro, right? So we have an intro block. Now, how long do intros usually go? 4 bars for Boogie Woogie, right? So the intro that you've learned, that's 4 bars here. So what you're gonna write down here, okay, so the intro that you've learned, if you can play other intros, choose the intro you love, right? And then you're gonna just write down, let's say we're gonna use that one, you're gonna write down block 1, intro, 4 bars. You're gonna write down first riff plus intro chords. Okay, so I wrote this down. I wrote down, wait, block 1 intro, 4 bars. So block 1 goes for 4 bars, using the first riff in the right hand and the intro chords, just so you get some clarity, okay? So that's your first block that you're playing for 4 bars. And then you're also gonna put a little, I don't have enough space here on the left, but on the left you're gonna put a 1 to 4. So bars number 1 to 4, you have your first block. Nice. So now you know what you're playing in bars number 1 and 4. 1 through 4. Right? Nice. So then we need to build our next 4 bars. Okay? Now we need a new block. After the intro, let's say you want to play chords. Let's say you want to start your boogie with some nice chords in a lower register down here, right? So what you do then, you think, right? The intro, just played it, and then we're gonna go on F, bar number 5, right? We go on F, okay, for 2 bars. But instead of playing the riff, you're gonna go into your chords that you know. Let's say the advanced chords that you learned in this course, the Boogie Advanced course. That's 4 bars, right? 2 on F. Nice, so that's 4 bars, okay? So then you can simply write down 5 to 8, right? So blocks 5 to 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? That's 4 again. And you structure it as block number 2, because that's your second 4 bar block. That's how you're going to structure it for this challenge. You're going to say advanced chords, okay? That's it. That's how easy it is. 5 to 8, block number 2, advanced chords. So then you know, okay, you can look at your sheet. You have the intro. I just used the wrong intro. You had this one, right? And then you go into the chords with the swing rhythm. You can choose also which swing rhythm to use, but maybe you leave this open, because I hope you maybe rehearsed both of them or all 3 of them. So now that leaves us with 4 more blocks, right? 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now what do we usually play at the end here? The all the time riff. It matches up perfectly. That's why we're doing 4 block increments, because you're always free to choose the all the time riff. But you could also just write down block number 9 to 12 chords again, right? So you could just be playing the chords again. I just want to like open your mind to the possibilities, because I want you to do this, and I hope you're doing it with me right now. Maybe you're copying mine, maybe you've already made your own, but then you can really experiment, right? So you could also write down 9 to 12, block number 3, advanced chords. Again, just the same thing. Right, on G, back to C. That's that, okay? Or let's, for the sake of the lesson, we're going to write down an all the time riff, okay? Now here you have a bit of a you have a bit of a dilemma, because we're going to structure it in 4 bars, which is usually how the 4 bar all the time riff goes. But as you know, there's also a 3 bar all the time riff or 2 bar all the time riff. So I would recommend in the beginning just always use 4 bar all the time riffs here, right? Don't try to do a 3 bar, because it matches up perfectly with the 4 bars you want to create anyway, right? You want to structure it like that. Then you don't have a bunch of notes on your sheet. It's very structured then, and then you can easily compose this and then also improvise it like this later on in different contexts. So what we're gonna do, let's take the all the time riff number 2, okay, that you learned in the basics course, was this one. Right, that one. Let's do that, okay? So now also, this is great for you. So the exercise now is to see how you gonna combine the advanced chords into the all the time riff number 2, because you need to work with that little upbeat, that thing here, because that already appears in your second block that you've created inside of the block 5 to 8, right? The second one appears at the end of the 8th bar. So let's go from 5, 6, 7, 8, leave away the upbeat, and just go into the rest of the all the time riff, okay? Or you would leave away the chords, 7, 8, like that, right? So this is now it's required on your end to think a little outside the box, but I would recommend here to just in the end of the bar 8, halfway through, put away the chords and go into that little upbeat, so you can get into the all the time riff number 2 here, right? So that means playing it like this, and then on the 8th bar, playing one more, and then you're going into that, right? So that was on the 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So and 4 and 1. So you actually have a lot of time to fill in with the chords in that one. But yeah, so you're gonna write that down now. So from bar number 9 to 12, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? You're gonna do block 3, all the time riff number 2 with upbeat part in bar number 8 still, right? Hope you don't mind my messy handwriting. It's a little hard to like write like this, and I don't have the prettiest handwriting. But yeah, so that's that. How amazing is that? I hope you've been following along. Maybe you're copying me, that's fine for the first 12 bars, because then you're gonna be on your own after this, okay? Of course you can get my help, but yeah, this is how it looks, okay? So we have block 1 to 4. Intro, 4 bars. You don't have to write down the 4 bars thing, because you already have that here, right? 1 to 4, it's better like that. You have the first riff plus the intro chords. That's what you chose. Maybe you chose something else. Up to you, right? 5 to 8 is your second block, and that's just going to be the advanced chords. And then 9 to 12 is the all the time riff number 2 with the upbeat. That's it. Amazing. So what you have now, you have a structured 12 bar boogie that you've created, which is improvising, just not to the speed yet to where I can do it, to where you will be able to do it soon. But this is how you start, because you first have to find out what fits well together by just experimenting a little, putting these riffs and stuff, everything you've learned on top of each other, and you do that with this block system, right? And by writing it down, and then now comes the next part. So let's say maybe you were motivated like today and you did 12 bars in one go, which you can do of course as well, but the minimum is 4 bars per session. What you're going to do at the end of your practice session, very, very, very important. So let's say you did this and you want to move on to the next thing. Maybe you want to practice a new riff, a new bass line, your hand independence, something else, right? Not like playing it in context, like something isolated. Then you're going to play everything here, ideally with a backing track. I want to build this boogie into your perfect boogie for you, so that you always have a boogie quickly, even though we're just in the advanced course, not even in the expert course yet, you know, and you're only like halfway through the main courses and there's so much more anyway. But if you do this, you're gonna have a boogie already that you composed. People are gonna be like, damn, that sounded nice. How did you learn it? Oh, I composed it, you know. That's amazing. That's an awesome feeling. So that's why we're gonna build this really precisely. So yeah, play the boogie without a backing track first, just so you wrote it there, very slow, just see what you wrote, and then, okay, first 4 bars, first block. And if you're struggling with this already, then just do that. Keep doing that, because it might be a new thing. You might have never put the first riff onto the intro chords before. So if it's a new thing, you need to just practice it how you would practice anything new. But then once you've did that, and maybe this one, you don't have to practice, right? Then I want you to, once you're ready, to play it all together. So the intro. Go into the chords in your tempo, not in mine. Right? In your tempo, okay? Practice maybe 2 or 3 times after you've composed your boogie, your 4 bars for the day, or your 12. And then do it as well with a backing track for a few times. It won't take long because it's short yet so far. And then you're done, and then you can move on to whatever else you're practicing, okay? And then the next day, the next session, what you're gonna do, this is very important. You're not just gonna build. The next session you're gonna go on your piano, and you're gonna start by playing your boogie. And then, once it's done, okay, now it's time for 4 new blocks. You're gonna add 4 new, takes maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes for you, or 12 new ones, however many you want, or you make the whole boogie in one sitting, I don't know. And then once you've added the new block, so let's say it's tomorrow, and you wrote down, okay, let's go for the next block. So then you make a little distinction here. That's the new 12-bar blues, maybe just a little line. And then again, you have 1 to 4. Now you don't have an intro, right? So you go block number 4, okay, so that's block number 4. Let's say you want to play the Albert Ammons riff, okay? The Albert Ammons riff. You already decided that. Okay, maybe you practice, you just played it, and then you're done. But then, before you leave the piano, you're gonna play from beginning to end again, with a backing track again. And then the next day, you're gonna do another 4 bars. And then you're gonna play again from beginning to end with the new section. And then the next day. So you're always adding one thing, practicing that a little isolated, just those 4 new blocks, and then you're playing the whole thing in context. And you do that until, let's say, until you have a boogie that's around 1 minute, okay? So that depends on your tempo. Let's say 1 minute or 2 minutes, a boogie woogie, right? That could be like 6 12-bar blues progressions or 12 12-bar blues progressions. Depends on your tempo, of course. Could be less, but let's aim for that. And then once you did that, post your video in the community section and title it "My Boogie from the 4-Bar Challenge." Okay. So if you need any other help, I have the cheat sheet below, just exact instructions again. And do this. This is probably one of the most efficient things you can do in your whole journey, because now you're ready. That's why this is in the advanced course, not the expert course. Now you're ready for this. You know, I've guided you through this to this point with the lessons and learning some riffs. So you have enough blocks. You have like a lot of blocks to choose and build. And remember, you can also do the same riff for 2 times, so for 8 bars, right? So you can do block 4 from 1 to 8, of course, you know, but aim for 4 minimum a day, and try to switch around often how it sounds good for you. Okay, if you have questions, let me know. And I'm so excited to see your boogie woogie that you composed. It's gonna be so fun to see that. I'm so excited to see it, so I can't wait for you to post this and have fun with this most of all. And if you run out of blocks to choose from, then you gotta learn new ones from the riff toolbox. Okay? Now take care, happy practicing, I'll see you soon.